much, Maddie Zweig, for sharing that. Please stay with us as we come back to hear our next discussion as well. Now, we stay in the region. Israel has confirmed carrying out an airstrike on southern Lebanon, saying that it targeted members of Hezbollah's construction unit near the city of Tyre. According to the Israeli military, the operators were struck while gathered at a Hezbollah facility allegedly used to produce equipment for rebuilding the group's terror infrastructure. The IDF has also stated that those activities violated the ongoing ceasefire agreement between Israel and Hezbollah. Tensions along the Israel-Lebanon border have remained high in recent weeks, despite international efforts to maintain calm following months of cross-border exchanges. Now we welcome back Matti Zweig. He's the geopolitical expert, joins us live from Tel Aviv. Thank you very much, Matti, for staying with us. Now, how do repeated ceasefire violations affect the prospects for long-term peace and reconstruction, particularly in southern Lebanon, and also looking at its efforts to disarm Hezbollah before next year? Do you think it's still feasible? Why do you think that Hezbollah is capable of rearming after many strikes of them and their critical infrastructures and also their losses of leaders?
Well, that's true. I mean, they have been weakened, but they continue to try to do something after they were so weakened. And also the agreement says that mainly they cannot have any presence south of the river Litani. It means all the South Lebanon. And Israel is putting a finger on it that they are not fulfilling the agreement, especially in south of the river Litani. So they must respond, because the central government from Beirut and their legitimate Lebanese forces are seizing weapons, are seizing places from Hezbollah, but not enough, and not in every place. So Israel is afraid that after 1 year, if they continue trying to rebuild themselves, it means that they don't have good intentions to fulfill the agreement. So sometimes they are bombing or stopping terrorists from rebuilding their capabilities in the south. In this bombardment was especially in Tyre, which is a city, so it's not very common, but Israel saw that they are doing a factory, that they are not just an innocent metal factory, but they were trying to build weapons. And not only in Tyre, they were also targeting Tura, Ma'arake, Al-Abbasiyeh, other places. They don't just shoot, they are shooting on places that the Hezbollah are trying to rebuild themselves against the agreement. So that's what happened until now.
So how do you think, how is the stability of the current ceasefire deal in Lebanon, with also including Hezbollah and Israel?
Well, more than the problem between Israel and Hezbollah, because it's very clear the lines between them. One is trying to rebuild themselves, the other one is responding to the breach of the agreement. The big problem here is the relationship between the central government in Beirut and Hezbollah. They are saying that they are doing all kinds of efforts to take care of every area and to be part of the sovereign Lebanon with the sovereign forces of Beirut. But until now, this is not enough. And the forces of the UNIFIL stayed there, despite that also Israel and also the United States, they wanted them out of there, like they were not really helping to the peace effort. But then finally they reached a deal that they stayed there, but they are not changing their ways. They are not really helping sides to fulfill the agreements. So the main thing that has to change is the way that the central government in Beirut is behaving towards Hezbollah, and if they are going to be harsher with them, which is politically not very likely, because they are still in the government, they have 4 ministers, and they are using their force for not letting completely the central government to fulfill what they have to do.
And how do you analyze what should be done of Lebanon's central government so that they become strong enough to protect their sovereignty from Hezbollah?
Well, they did a lot of progress, but they did a lot of progress mainly because Israel made Hezbollah much weaker. And in this way, they were saying things that they didn't say in the past, that they must give their weapons, they must seize all their arsenals and all their places, the warehouses, the factories and everything. But they are trying to do their best, I mean, Hezbollah, to keep part of it, and until they don't say, because in a lot of articles you can see, in a lot of TV presenters from Hezbollah, they say, we are the only force that can stand still against the enemy. I mean, like they have the right to be a parallel force inside a sovereign country, or like they have the right to continue sending missiles and rockets into Israel's civil population. And they have not this right, not from the Israeli point of view, also from the UN point of view. So, in the same as in Gaza, until Hamas is not going to be dismantled, it's not going to be a real peace. The same in Lebanon. Until Hezbollah is not going to be dismantled, it's not going to be a real peace, or at least they are going to be a threat to the future.
With that, I would like to thank our guest, Matti Zweig, for joining us and sharing that insight as a geopolitical expert from Tel Aviv. Thank you very much. Now we move on to Europe. Georgia's prosecutor